Welcome everyone. This is a presentation on branches of linguistics. Prescriptive linguistics. We've already studied what prescriptive linguistics is. Prescriptive linguistics is the study of linguistics where linguist proposes rules and principles regarding the use of language. They tell us the rules and principles on how language should be used. So, as I said before, ancient grammarians or traditional linguists uh, were prescriptive linguists because they suggested or proposed rules regarding how a language should be used. Descriptive linguistics just describes the language. They do not prescribe any rules. They just study the language on the basis of how it is used as a spoken language. They gave importance to spoken language and not written language. So it is just a description of the language and not anything more. They did not prescribe any rules or anything. It is just a study or analysis of a particular language. Historical linguistics is also something which we have already discussed. It is the study of the evolution of a language and its relationship with other languages. You take two languages, you study whether they are related to each other, and if they are related to each other, you then try to find out the source of these two languages or the mother language of the languages that you are studying. That is also called diachronic linguistics. Theoretical linguistics is when you study a language and try to construct a theory of its structure and functions. Just to theorize, not for practical applications. Applied linguistics is where linguistics can be, or the study of a particular language can be used for certain practical purposes. For example, uh, language teaching. You study a particular language and then uh, in that study you try to find out how can this language be effectively taught to another person. Speech therapy is another application. Translation of something from one language to another. All these are practical applications of linguistics. So such a study is called applied linguistics. Sociolinguistics is when you study a particular community and their language use, or a particular group, mm, uh, or you try to find out the differences in communication between higher class and a lower class, or a particular group of people who are engaged in uh, a profession. You try to study the words which they use, words used by people who are involved in a particular job. So that kind of study is called sociolinguistics. Psycholinguistics is the study of the psychological factors that help you to study language and also produce language. Study, understand, and produce language. The psychological factors. As opposed to neurolinguistics is more biological. They study the neurological mechanisms inside your brain, how you store language, what part of the brain is used to process language. That all comes under neurolinguistics. Anthropological linguistics is when you study how language is determined by culture and how culture is determined by language. For example, a particular word or phrase which may be very embarrassing, കളിയാക്കാനായിട്ട് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന ഒരു ഭാഷയിൽ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു വാക്കോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഫ്രേസോ വേറൊരു ഭാഷയിൽ ആ ഒരു ഇഫക്റ്റ് അതിനുണ്ടാവില്ല, ആ പർട്ടിക്കുലർ ഫ്രേസിന് ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ, if you go to Western countries and tell them that you still live with your parents. Living with your parents is something after you are like, if suppose you are 20 years old, mm, and you are 25 years old, and you say that you're still living with your parents, അത് അവിടെ വളരെ മോശമായിട്ട് കാണുന്നൊരു കാര്യമാണ്. അതായത് സ്വന്തം കാലിൽ 25 വയസ്സായിട്ട് പോലും സ്വന്തം കാലിൽ നിൽക്കാൻ പ്രാപ്തിയായില്ല എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, ഇറ്റ്സ് സംതിങ് ബാഡ് ദർ. ഇവിടെ ഇൻ ഇന്ത്യ ഐ സ്റ്റിൽ ലിവ് വിത്ത് മൈ പേരൻസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ക്രെഡിറ്റാണ്. അതായത് എൻ്റെ അമ്മയും അച്ഛനെയും ഞാൻ തന്നെയാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ നോക്കുന്നത്. അവർ നിങ്ങളെ നോക്കുന്നു, നിങ്ങൾ അവരെ നോക്കുന്നു എന്നുള്ളത് അവിടെ ഇതല്ല. പക്ഷേ യു ആർ ലിവിങ് വിത്ത് യുവർ പേരൻസ്, it is considered a good thing. Whereas in the Western countries, it is not such a good thing after a particular age. It means that you are still um, using the resources from your parents to live. You don't have any resources of your own. So that is cultural difference. The same phrase is different in these two cultures. Computational linguistics is when you use linguistics, you apply computer science to the analysis of language. This is um, something which you see in search engines. Suppose you type in a particular word in Google. Google tries to predict your next word. How? Because they analyze the search patterns of the people all around the world who use Google to search certain things, and using that analysis they try to predict the text which you are about to enter next. So that makes it easier for us to search things. So that is one application of computational linguistics. Text to speech is another application. You say something to your recorder, and your mobile phone will type it out as text. That is also another application of computational linguistics. So like that. And stylistics is linguistic analysis of literature, literary texts. So it tries to identify the language use of different authors and how it affects the readers. Suppose you say that you like Shakespeare. So a stylistics analysis might reveal that, okay, you like Shakespeare probably because of these linguistic features that he uses in his works, and that kind of elicits a response from you, which is a positive response, and that is why you like his works more. So that is stylistics. It is the linguistic analysis of literary text. It tries to find out what is unique with these authors. How how are the authors unique with respect to their use of language in their works?